on the kind of global crises that we are facing. We saw a little bit in the film on climate crisis, that's one of them. We have a severe biodiversity crisis. The latest report says 1 million species in danger of extinction. We have a severe crisis of inequality with a handful of maybe 50 people who own most of the world's wealth and the increasing inequality between the poor and the rich. And we have a very, very serious crisis of the politics of hatred between different religions, different beliefs, different ideologies, as we see playing out in India and so many other countries, creating more and more conflict and war. Now, the kind of response that a lot of conservationists and environmentalists have given to these problems tends to have three kinds of problems. Number one, they want to separate people from biodiversity. Second approach, which has been very problematic, is to ignore or actually insult traditional knowledge and think that only modern scientific knowledge will protect biodiversity. Third, and probably most serious problem, is to separate the economic and material lives from the cultural lives. So to think of the seed as being only something that will give us food or a crop to sell in the market, and not to think of the seed as sacred life. That kind of separation between what we do for our living and our culture is another huge problem of modern life and the way in which many environmentalists and conservationists have approached the problem. What I think all of you have shown through the Sanghas and DDS is how to bring back the connection between people and biodiversity, between culture and our economic lives, and to again think of life, again think of seeds and land and soil and water and forests and birds as being living things which have their own spirit and which we have to respect just as much as we want people or others to respect ourselves. Unless we have people and culture centered solutions to our crises, all the crises I spoke about, whether it is the crisis of biodiversity loss or the climate crisis or the inequality crisis or the crisis of hatred and conflicts, when as communities we assert our sovereignty over everything that is relevant to us, our knowledge, and we use multiple knowledge systems for our benefit, and we respect all of life, and we bring not just our own dominant culture but all cultures, and I think DDS has shown that very well, that every single cultural, every religion is important for us. When that kind of movement happens, it challenges the dominant way in which the society is dealing with things, in which government is dealing with things, in which companies are dealing, and it brings a fresh air, a fresh new approach, which as we can see here over the last 20 years has been so successful. One of the things that struck me 20 years back when I first came was how art was so deeply integrated into all the economic activity. So the seed itself as a work of art is something that I first saw here. And I think it's this integration of the aesthetics, what we appreciate as beauty, the economy, the livelihoods which all of us need and want to live, dignified livelihoods, and the values, the basic moral, ethical values of sharing, of caring, of love, of generosity that you have all shown. This is something that has struck me all these 20 years as being so incredibly remarkable about what is happening here. I have been using the example of what you all are doing all over the world as one of the most inspiring examples of how you can create, how people can create a movement against the strongest forces of the world, even with just ordinary everyday actions. All the women who were honored today, all the men who are honored today, and so many more of you, you're all artists, you're all scientists, you're all farmers, you're all, all kinds of different talents and professions that normally we think only people in cities, that's an artist, and we give them space like that, or that's a scientist and we give them. But you're all, everything rolled into one, and that again has been so inspiring over the last 2 decades.